up, everybody? Welcome back to Amber's World. Welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, welcome. I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that you found me. And if you're already part of the family, welcome back. So before I get into this intro video, first of all, I just want to say hello to all of my new subscribers. Thank you so much for investing in this channel. Thank you so much for investing in me. I really do appreciate it. So let's get down to the business of the situation. Tia Marie Sanders. This woman, I'm pretty sure, is the most decorated person as far as community involvement. I don't think there is one organization in the state of Michigan that she's not a part of. She really has been an inspiration to me as far as just community service and getting involved in the community and really reaching people. We're definitely going to get into some things today. So without further ado, I present to you Ms. Tia Marie Sanders. So if you could just indulge, the people and let them know of all the wonderful organizations and all of the wonderful people that you serve here in the city of Novi.
Absolutely. So I'll go back. So my earlier career, I grew up in a family business. We did financial planning, insurance, and what have you. And again, while that was good, it just sort of also did not fit the personality that I had, which was to be able to serve other people. I later got into the hospitality industry for about 11 years, became a hotel manager, which allowed me to serve people, but was still rather confined. And then I went back into the insurance industry for a few years under some really great mentors, who is still one of my mentors today, Linda and Charles Timms. I actually work for Charles now, in the same industry as a support service person. And then also work for the city of Novi at the Novi Public Library. And those are wonderful, wonderful jobs. I enjoy them, but where my passion was actually serving in the community, creating programs and capacity for African Americans, for the underserved, for the marginalized, as well as for children. But with my two daughters, trying to figure out how I could be a mom as well as serve and put food on the table. So that looked like a lot of different things. It looked like sometimes lower hours, sometimes accepting lower pay, which is very regretful. One of the organizations I'm part of is Mothering Justice, so that moms don't have to make those kind of financial choices as to whether or not to be a really great mom, be present, be there, and having a career that is going to be successful. So maybe about 15, 16 years ago, I decided that everything about corporate America and everything about the way I worked had to change so that I could be that mom. And most of the activities that I got into at the time were so that I could be available during the same hours that school was happening. I wanted to have something in the community, which at the time Novi did, but they did not have it in an affordable way, a camp for kids in the summertime, so that moms could work and dads could work and their kids could go to some place that they could afford and really have a good time. So that's what spurred on a lot of the other things that I do right now.
Can you let the people know what Feed the Need is about?
Yeah, so this is our 7th year. Several years ago, this is our 6th year. Seven years or so ago, I was able to connect with the Novi Rotary and with the school district, who both had a passion for figuring out how to make sure school lunch went over the summer. Darby Hoppenstead, who works in the school district, was really concerned that as the school year ended, all the kids who were really reliant on free and reduced lunch across the district would go basically without lunch. Partnering that with the Rotary, who wanted a signature program in the community. And of course, I had a passion for wanting to do programs and camps for kids and combine these efforts in order to have a summer lunch program. And it's so much more than just lunch. Feed the Need is the Novi Rotary Foundation's Feed the Need summer lunch program. But as we have seen over the years, it has evolved tremendously. One was in our first year, just going from 1 day a week doing activities and making sure kids had lunch to increasing it to 5 days a week, and not just doing programs 1 day a week, but doing programs 5 days a week, which for us ends up being about 52 to 56 programs. We serve lunch 5 days a week, and recently it's been in several locations throughout Novi, mobile home parks, apartment buildings, because we do know that in the city of Novi, with no transportation, it is very difficult for people to get around town if they do not have their own transportation. There's no public transportation in Novi.
Wow. And so what I love about you is that along with serving the Novi community, you have also made it a priority to make the well-being of the African-American family in Novi a priority as well. So could you kind of explain to us, how you have been making efforts to hold others accountable and really make sure that Black families in this community are being considered?
Most recently, I won't go through the whole 15-year history, but most recently here in Novi, we had a rally last year with some co-event planners right behind the Novi Public Library at First Park that was very well attended. What was great about that is that it started off a group that we have called the Novi Northville Racial Awareness, Accountability, and Action Group. And as you mentioned before, Amber, the accountability piece is really key. But I knew that we weren't going to get there until we had some space where we could have open dialogue, that people could start to understand what was needed. Because I think people realized that the African American community was not on par with everyone else, but maybe they didn't know what to do. Maybe they didn't want to do anything. So that's a reality too. And then also creating a collaboration so that we would understand that it really does take an entire community and hopefully the entire county, the state, and then hopefully federally. And so I'm very hopeful with the collaboration of the many folks that I've had that have supported what we're doing here in Novi, as well as the fact that certain administrations have changed in our political arena, and hopefully more to come, that we are now just starting to see what the beginning of equality will look like in this country for African Americans.
So for Black students out there who want to be a Tia Marie Sanders, who want to get as involved as they can, what advice would you give them in pursuing such a level of involvement in their community and getting into those spaces?
Oftentimes I tell young people and even my own daughters that what is so beautiful about what the future holds, and the pandemic has really shown us because so many people have lost their jobs, is that the type of employment that our children will have hasn't even been created yet. They're creating that now. They're creating capacity for that now. And that's wonderful because there's no more 35 year job where you get this wonderful pension and you ride off in the sunset with retirement benefits. People are now finding that it is harder than it has ever been to take care of yourself, let alone your family. And the only way I believe that we're going to get around that and to navigate that is to start looking at what is available to us in technology, allowing young people to come in and be inventive and to have the support and the knowledge and the wisdom of their more seasoned adults to pour into them what it is we know so that they can be an asset to the community. Anyone that wants to join the efforts that I'm doing, I invite you to do so. By getting onto any of our platforms. I am on Facebook, which I'm not really good on Facebook, but I am on there. And I invite you all to give me a call at any time. I don't know if Amber's going to show my phone number, but I'm happy to have you do so. And my email address, so that if you're interested in doing this work with me, or if you have a interest in politics, which I'm happy to help or connect you with people who are there to help, or you have an interest in doing any kind of community work or nonprofit work, please reach out to me and I will be more than happy to help.
Yes. All right. Well, to close us off, it is time to do the rapid fire round. Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I would think with all the running around you do, you'd have a cup of coffee next to you at all times.
I do drink coffee sometimes for the caffeine boost. I actually don't like the way it tastes.
Favorite restaurant in Novi?
Sedona Tap House by far.
Really? I didn't even have to give you
My
an
favorite
and or.
place.
You said nope. Sedona Tap. It is great. It is great. All right, Sedona
And
Tap
and I'll
House.
tell you why. Can I tell you why real quick? And then we can go to the next
Absolutely.
question. They do something that I think is pretty awesome. They have a charity night on Monday nights, and several of the charities that I have worked for or with have been able to be featured. And that on those Mondays, they're charity nights. If you go, there's two meals that you can get for cheaper, and donations from eating those meals go to the organization for that week. And they've been really, really supportive. So absolutely, Sedona.
You see her? You see how community service minded this woman is? It's like if it's like she dreams about it. She dreams about it. Would you rather spend the day at the Novi Public Library, or would you rather do committee meetings for the Novi Education Fund?
Oh, so I do love my work with the Novi Educational Foundation. So I'm going to probably say, oh man, that's really tough. Novi Educational Foundation, although I do love working at the Novi Library. So it's tough. That's a tough choice. But the foundation, because I think we've created a much further reach um, uh, in that capacity. And I actually can see the real tangible results. So Novi Educational Foundation.
Yes, and this is why I call her the Leslie Knope of Novi, because I'm so serious, you guys. Work is fun to her. Like these things, all these things that she's involved in, like she does not know how to like rest. So she doesn't know how to vacation. What vacation? Like that is her life, her baby, and her life's work. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm really proud of you too, Amber. I'm glad that you're doing this series. I think oftentimes when people think about Black History Month, they think about historically, which is wonderful. And we still need to keep thinking about that, because I think those stories and those voices haven't been shared as they should. But to also take it from this point of view that right now, right here, there are people that are making Black history, right? So we are making leaps and bounds to try to bring capacity and awareness and honor and highlighting our community. So I'm really proud and was very happy to be able to do this with you. I think the world of you, I think the world of your family, as you know, and I only see more and more good things coming from you and for you.
Oh, thank you. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Stay tuned for the next episode. Bye.